is She's on Standby. But you know I had to play a classic throwback. Adina Howard, Freak Like Me.
It's girl talk with my sister.
I'm excited.
Did you date him or it was just a friendship?
Like you said, elite only.
We're just friends.
None other than TT Torrez right here.
Hi, Adina.
Oh, blessed and marinated in high favor.
Oh, I like that saying. So, Life After TV One, you are going to appear on the next episode, correct?
Yes.
So, tell us what's been going on with you. Once upon a time, you had the biggest single out. T-shirt and my panties on. We still play that song to this day. And
why you stop?
No, we still play it. We still play that song to this day.
I was talking about the singing.
Oh, girl, because I can't sing, child. I cannot sing. But you did have every chick trying to wear her man's T-shirt once upon a time with cologne all in it.
Hey.
What is it like for you to still hear that particular song play on the radio?
My husband and I were actually headed to Pine, Arizona for a weekend at a cabin, and we were driving up there, and we were listening to satellite radio, and we were just talking, and all of a sudden, I was like, that sounds familiar. Oh, wait a minute, that's me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was like my second time in all of my career that I've heard my song on the radio. The first time was, and it was the very first time that it came out.
Is it the same feeling as if it was played for the first time, or is it a different feeling?
It's the same because I don't hear it. So I was taken aback by it, like, wow.
Let's just jump right into what happened to your career. You had T-shirt in my panties, rocking on the charts. You had Freak Like Me. And then all of a sudden, we heard nothing from you. What exactly happened?
A few things happened. Being young and dumb, I came out of my face crazy and said something about an executive that, got around to her rather quickly, and she flexed her power.
Now, are you talking about Sylvia Rhone, head of Universal Motown?
There you go.
Okay.
She flexed her power and attempted to blacklist me or blackball me. And shelved the second project, and the labels that came after with doing the projects, they really just didn't push. I always, like I said, I go hard or go home. When I sign on to something, I commit to it, and I'm about follow through. I'm not going to commit to something I'm not going to follow through on. So I would sign with these labels and do my part, but they wouldn't honor theirs. And there was, just a time where I got so tired of people taking advantage of me and me not getting my just due for my hard work. And so I just was like, you know what? I don't need this industry. I was Adina Howard before I got in the business. I will be Adina Howard thereafter. You're not going to control my destiny. I don't need to remain relevant, because as long as I have my family and my friends, I will remain relevant.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things that I walked away. I was like, okay, part of it, was my immaturity, and I get it. I will pay the price, the consequences for my actions. I will take total responsibility for that. It is what it is. You have to be held accountable. And, also it was just like, I didn't like the industry as far as it goes with the business part of it, because there was too many wolves in sheep's clothing, too many snakes, too many people smiling in your face and, trying to figure out how they can get at you and take what you've justly earned.
Yeah. Because when you're on top of your game, that's when people want to attach themselves to you.
Absolutely.
I always say this about this industry. Everybody wants something. Everybody. It's
and most of them want something for nothing.
When you decided to walk away from it all, you were at the top of your game. So I wanted to know, what was that feeling like for you to walk away from something that you put so much work into? Not only just walking away, but being semi-blackballed. Did that leave you depressed, bitter? What was that feeling like? Describe it to us.
I was going to be the same person with or without the fame, with or without an industry, being a part of an industry. I started working at 14, 15 years old. So I was no stranger to working. I can still go back into an industry and, the real world and grind and get my hands dirty. I'm not opposed to that. My mother owned a cleaning company when we were younger. So we would go into fitness centers and clean the toilets and wipe down the mirrors and stuff like that. So I had a work ethic that was not going to stop me from earning my keep. Because in my mind, you're either an asset or a liability, and I refuse to be a liability, personally or professionally. I still have to eat. I still have to pay bills. So I was not going to allow my pride and my ego to get in the way of doing what needed to be done.
Yeah.
Because my family and my friends didn't disown me because I wasn't in the industry. They continued to embrace me, and that's all I needed.
Yeah. All right, let's take a quick break. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, we are talking to Adina Howard. And, of course, you can check out TV1's Life After Tonight. Okay? We'll be back at Type Power 181.
Excited.
Did you date him or it was just a front show?
Like you said, elite only.
We're just friends.
None other than TT Torrez right here.
Okay, if you are just tuning in, we are talking to Adina Howard. We were talking a little bit about you leaving the music industry and going into a different profession. That's pretty difficult for most artists because of the simple fact that they have reached a certain level of fame and they feel as though they can't go back into real life industries. So how did you adapt going to a different industry, and how did your ego not become affected by it?
I now work at a resort because I am a culinary. Things happen, and it's unpredictable. And I knew that, and I prayed about it, and I said, Lord, you know what? I need to go back to work because I'm about to get married. I have this man in my life, and he can do bad and or good by himself. So if I'm going to step up to the plate and call myself a Don, I better be making one.
Right?
You know? So I was like, I need you. You know who I am because you did this to me. You made me who I am. So please put me in an environment where I can thrive, I can excel, I can succeed, and not have to concern myself about being interviewed every day and people looking at me and what happened to you? Why you here? You fell off and you got to work for us and da-da-da-da. I'm like, don't, please, Lord, you know what I need.
Yeah.
And I'm trusting you, leaning on you to provide that for me. And that's exactly what happened. He provided exactly the working environment I needed. I was able to help pay bills. There's no shame in my game. My daddy's always told me, if there's shame in your game, that's not the ride for you.
Wow, that's powerful. Why tell your story now? Do you feel like it's time?
I think that God felt it was time. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to sound all religious and everything, but I do have a relationship with the Creator, point blank, period, no shame. Mm-hmm. And I think that He felt it was necessary to share with the world where I am in my journey. And I'm grateful for everything that's taken place. And He's like, okay, you're ready.
Because sometimes you're not ready.
Yeah, and when you're a child of God and you recognize that you're a child of God, He won't put you out there prematurely. There's a saying that says, God will not take you where grace will not, protect you.
Yeah. What would you want your overall message to be?
I'm a survivor. I'm still standing. I'm still here. There is life after any and everything that you can possibly be a part of. It's not just life after music. There's life after divorce. There's life after, a crippling, debilitating disease. There's life after, as long as you choose to understand that whatever comes your way, if you put faith first, you put God first, you will always thrive and survive. You will succeed. You will excel. But you can't give up on God and you can't give up on yourself.
Yeah. So let's take another quick break. Everybody, if you're just tuning in, we are Girl Talking with Adina Howard. We'll be back at Type Power.
I had to tell the truth. I'm just being honest.
It's Girl Talk with my sister.
So excited.
Did you date him or it was just a front show?
Like you said, elite only.
We're just friends.
None other than TT Torrez right here.
All right, so if you are just tuning in, we are talking to Adina Howard. Life After airs tonight on TV1. So let me ask you this. Do you plan on pursuing music, or you plan on being on the path that you are right now with the culinary thing?
Like they say, the world is my oyster. I actually just released a new single called Switch, September 10th. So I'm back in the game. My husband encouraged me to get back into it, so I decided I was going to go ahead and give it another shot. The new album, The Switch Up, is coming out the first quarter of the new year. Cooking and music go together like hand and glove, like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, I can have the music career and I can have the cooking career.
What are you doing now that is so different than before when it comes to the business side of the industry?
Being more involved, making wiser decisions, not allowing ego to get in the way. Surrounding myself with people who are genuine, people who don't need anything from me, surrounding myself with people who are smarter than me, people I can learn something from.
Now, let me ask you this. When you came out and you had, T-shirt and your panties on and you had your records playing on the radio and whatnot, financially, were you profiting off of that? Were you profiting? No.
Mm-mm. I mean, profiting when I was on the road. But Billy Moss and Jamie Foxx wrote T-shirt and panties. Some cats out of Baltimore, Maryland called Mass Order. They wrote Freak Like Me. But even with the royalties, the way that the payment was structured in my contract, I still have yet to see a royalty check from Mechadon Electra or Mechadon East West. I'm having to go find someone, get an attorney, and go get mine.
That. Go get that money, girl, because them records still play to this day. You better get that money.
Oh, I'm going to get it. In due season, when the time is ripe, it's going to happen.
Yeah, you might be sitting on some millions, girl.
Hey, and trust me, I'm taking it.
So you, Adina, with the records that you had out, your image was kind of the sexy girl. Are you plan on switching up your image a little bit, or are you plan to come something different, something more mature? What can we expect with the new record? Sexy is me. It's who I am. That that sexy won't ever go anywhere. It'll just hi. It'll just be a mature sexy. So no ratchetness. No loving hip hop, loving Atlanta. Oh no, none of that. No. I don't. Yeah, that right there. I don't even understand that. Yeah, I am a seasoned woman now. I am a married woman. I am a mother. I am a woman of God. And just because I'm a woman of God, a mother, and a wife now does not mean that sexy will not exist, because it will always exist. I think it's sexier when you have your priorities together. Absolutely. I think it's sexier when you have somebody that you can shine for. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think it's sexier when you understand that your house needs to be in order. You're sexier when you recognize that you truly are a dime, when you put in the effort and energy and you hold yourself up to a standard that is nothing below extraordinary. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Nothing is more sexier than a seasoned woman who has her ish together. There you go. Yeah. Well, listen, I am so looking forward to Life After with you, Adina Howard, and I'm definitely looking forward to some new music. It airs tonight. At 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And like I said, the new music, the new single switches out right now. You can go to Amazon, iTunes, or Google Play. You want to reach out to me via social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. I wish you well with everything. I do. I truly do. Thank you, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule to want to talk to me, because not everybody is wanting to do that. No problem. Just come see me when you, blow up again, okay? I got you. All right, Mama. I'll talk to you soon. All right, darling. Blessings. All right. Blessings to you as well. Bye. Thank you. All right, everybody. Give it up for Adina Howard. Make sure you check out Life After tonight on TV One. Up next, the hard drive at 5 on iPower.